Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital and welcome to a new video and update on Solana. Very much necessary. It's been a couple of days since I covered Solana, but obviously it's a coin I keep my eyes on a lot, including right now. So we're going to do a full update on what I expect. We're going to do a full update on the price action in the last couple of days, which I have some thoughts on. I mean, first of all, when we're talking about the general markets right now, I think you have to have a bullish bias, right? And I also, in my last video on Solana, I was relatively neutral at the end of last week, right? So basically 7 days ago, I was relatively neutral. But if you take a look at the reclaim we've had of this critical key level around $210 and $212, and the price action we've seen subsequently, I think you have to have a bullish bias. But the thing with Solana is that it's a little more tricky because it's not the Solana season, right? If you take a look at the fundamentals, we did that in the last video, so I don't really feel like we need to do it again. Just trust me when I tell you. The fundamentals are definitely not bad, and I know that there's a lot of great development going on around Solana, but it's also not a reason for Solana to outperform the markets. And there's some coins right now, there's some narratives, like the Binance ecosystem narrative is still very strong. Bitcoin itself is just very strong. That's pulling a lot of capital right now, so that's also something to know. And there's some other altcoins that are just performing very, very well as well. So it's not the Solana season. I do still think that we are bullish, but on the short term, the question then is that, all right, well, the market is strong. Solana is reacting relatively well to a strong market, so that's good as well. Are we still going to get a pullback, like I said in my last video, or are we going to rally up higher? And that's a difficult question, especially right now. Overnight, we got a pretty good move right here, as you can see. But that move creates a bit of bearish divergences. You can see the price just rallied higher. It's a very minor higher high. But you can see there's a lot of leverage in the price. The volume is much lower. The RSI is much lower. So we have those bearish divergences. It's a high leverage move on a Sunday. There is no reason to suspect that Solana is going to outperform the markets right now, even though if you take a look at something like Sol BTC, no, not Sol, here, there we go, Sol BTC, like this is at support, right? So I do think that eventually Solana is going to outperform. I just don't think we see the indications of that at this point of time. So I'm still going to tell you, and it might sound a little bit stubborn, but I'm still going to tell you that I would say buying Solana right now is very risky. I wouldn't do it. I would also not short Solana, but I think it's most likely that we will at least fill that imbalance right here at $219. That's where we have the first fair value gap. That's also where we have the 12-hour uptrend and the 7-day rolling VWAP. So that's a relatively high confluence zone. And then potentially, if we see a deeper pullback throughout the markets, I think we can still drop down into that fair value gap around $212 and $215. And then from there, I expect support, maybe some stability, but from there also a move back into 245 and potentially 250, 260, which is the main resistance level that we have above us. And that's also the main resistance level that we had in September, of course. And then eventually, look, like I said, and I think it's good to stress this, at some point of time, I do think Solana is going to outperform. And if I see indications of that, if I think that's going to happen, I'll try to be the first one to tell you. But although I am bullish on Solana, I think it's just going to move in line with the market right now, and that we still have to wait for that outperformance. So yeah, I'll let you know about that. But for now, I'd still say this is most likely, or at least this is the best scenario I'd say to work off of at this point of time. So those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you all in my next videos. Have a great Sunday, and bye.